What's up guys, it's Kelly and today I've got another Swatch review for you. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss out on new videos, and let's get started. I feel like time is going by so quickly and yet so slowly at the same time, but we are finally here for spring 2021 nail polish collections. So today I am reviewing the Zoya Darling collection, which is 6 new nail polishes. They're actually coming out on February 12th, but I figured I would give you guys the review as soon as I got them so you can make your purchasing decisions before the time comes. If you haven't heard of Zoya before, they are a mainstream salon brand. They are 10 free, meaning they are free of 10 of the dangerous chemicals that are often found in nail polish. They are vegan, they are cruelty free. As you guys probably know if you've seen any of my previous Zoya swatch review videos, I do use their Zoya Z-Wide brush, which is not the default brush that their Zoya polishes come with. When you get a Zoya nail polish, by default it does come with a round skinny brush. Personally, I prefer a wide flat brush, so I do switch out my bottles for the wide flat brush, which is available on the Zoya website, so I'll link it down below if you guys are interested. But if you prefer a round skinny brush, do not worry because that is the default. But yeah, so we may as well just get started. I tend to not be a huge fan of spring collections, and this was the first one I got this year, so I've got some thoughts on it. So let me just show them to you, so roll footage. So as usual, I am using base coat underneath all of my swatches just to protect my natural nails and prevent any stains. Today I'm using the Orly Bonder base coat. So we'll start off with this first shade, Val, which is a very soft baby blue cream shade, and this one was actually a pretty impressive formula. On the first coat you could see it was just a little bit milky and sheer, but it ended up giving me full coverage in 2 coats. Now, as I always like to remind you guys, obviously I do have pretty short nails, so if you have longer nails you might need a third for this one because, like I said, it is a little bit on the sheer side in the first coat, so depending on how much natural nail you have, you might need a little bit more coverage than I do. But overall I think this color is really gorgeous. As you can see, it self-leveled so beautifully and it gave me such even perfect coverage. I love that slight dustiness to the blue. It's not too pastel-y, it's just a nice soft baby blue. Next up we have the shade KELLI, and this one's actually pretty hard to describe. I want to call it like a taupey color. It almost is like this gray with a purpley undertone to it, but when it's next to the rest of the shades in this collection, it really does look purple. So you guys can see this is a pretty color accurate swatch. I mean, depending on what your screen looks like, so this is the color that it is. I would say it's like a grayed out kind of purpley shade, but either way, it's super gorgeous. Again, perfect coverage in 2 coats. It was really nice and smooth and self-leveling. I know I've said it a few times before, but I think Zoya has done something to their formula recently because it has improved so much, especially their creams, over the last 6 months or so. So I knew I was gonna love these, but I was really impressed with the pastel coverage they had. Next up we have the shade Mara or Mara, depending on who you're talking about and how they pronounce their name. And this one is a really beautiful, almost dusty mauve cream shade. This is the color, I always say this, but this really reminds me of that silly putty. Do you guys remember that silly putty that used to come in the egg? It was this color, and for some reason that nostalgia makes me really love polishes like this. I feel like I always want to wear them to work appropriate settings like offices and meetings and stuff like that, but I also just really love this type of shade for the transitional period between winter and spring. There's just something dusty enough about it that it feels nice and cold, but then there's a little bit of warmth and like a blush tone to it that makes me feel like spring is coming, so really love this one. Next up we have the shade Ella, and don't be fooled by the way that my camera almost thinks this is neon. This is definitely just your average everyday salmon cream shade. Don't get me wrong, it is very pretty and it was actually really impressive coverage. It was almost a 1 coater on me, but I did end up doing 2 coats just to see if that gave me any more coverage. Honestly, I feel like I could get away with 1 coat, but it is a fairly thin formula, so I would probably do 2 anyway. This one's not anything particularly unique. I mean, to be honest, I don't think any of the shades in this collection are unique. I don't think there's anything here that I've never owned before, but overall I think they were curated very nicely and this just really adds to it. Next up we have the shade Joyce, and oh man, I was really excited about this one. I love seeing a super bright, almost neon pop of color, and we have it here in this super hot reddish undertoned pink shade, and again it's just really incredible opacity. This was another one that was just a 1 coater on me. Of course I did do a 2nd coat because, like I said, it was a little bit of a thin formula, so I probably just wouldn't feel like I had a full manicure on unless I did that second coat. But overall, just such a gorgeous shade, and this to me definitely screams a little bit summer, but I mean, sometimes you just really need something bright and fun after all of that snow and winter dreariness. And finally, we have the shade Tweety, which is your neon pastel pink cream shade. And this is something I feel like is present in every single spring collection, and I know some of you guys don't like those Pepto-Bismol pink colors, but honestly, I actually really like this one. I don't think it has that Pepto kind of color to it. It has almost a blue undertone, so it really shifts that pink from being like a Pepto color, I don't know why I keep saying it, into just like a really nice soft springy shade. So if you don't already have a shade like this, I thought this one was really good. Again, it was sheer on the first coat, full coverage in the second, but if you have long nails, you might need a third for this one. So here are all of these shades together, and honestly, I think that they were curated so well together. I love these shades next to each other. I feel like all of the shades besides Joyce would make a really beautiful springy skittle on the nails where each nail is a different color. And I think they all match so perfectly with each other. I was actually really surprised at myself for liking these because you guys know I'm generally not a huge fan of spring collections or pastels, so I don't know, something about these really did work for me, especially that top row. I just thought was absolutely stunning and just really beautiful transitional shades. So definitely stuff I'm going to be wearing a lot when it shifts from winter into spring. So yeah, those are the swatches, and honestly, I'm pretty surprised myself to say I did really enjoy these. I think overall, spring tends to be the time where I just get a little burnt out on nail polish. I'm ready for the warmer weather, you know, bright summery colors as opposed to like the pale, dull winter shades. But I think just with everything going on and, you know, being mostly stuck at home, I found myself actually really looking forward to trying these, and I ended up really liking them. So yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like the collection itself looks really nice. It's really cohesive. We do have a little bit of brightness in there, but we also have some of that nice transition with some of those softer, more pastel-y kind of shades. So yeah, honestly, I am surprising myself by enjoying these. I'm curious to see how I'll feel once I get more spring collections and start to be kind of inundated with the pastel colors that I don't really love too much. But yeah, for now, I'm actually really enjoying them. So I'm gonna hold on to that for as long as I can. So like I said, these polishes are gonna be available starting February 12th. They are available on the Zoya website where they retail for $10 USD per 15 milliliter bottle, and that's where you can also get the Z-Wide brush, or they are also going to be available from HB Beauty Bar for $8.95 USD per bottle, and you can also use the discount code KELLI to get 22% off your order there. So I will link both down in the description for you guys, and I'll update those links once the time comes. But yeah, I'm curious to hear your thoughts. I know not everybody dislikes spring polishes like I tend to, but if you do, have your thoughts changed this year? Because I'm curious if I'm the only one who feels this way. And if you do really enjoy spring pastels, what do you think of these? Do you guys hear me trying to say pastels? Because I know that's the way that you guys want me to say it, even though I call it pastel, but whatever. But yeah, so let me know your thoughts in the comments if you enjoyed these polishes, if you're planning on picking any of them up. If you enjoy my swatch and review videos, please give this one a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I put out new videos every Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. And if you really like me, you might want to check out my vlog channel because I've got that, and I'll link it up in the cards for you guys. You can check it out. I don't have a posting schedule on there, but I am hoping to start posting there once a week. So if you guys want a little more Kelly, then you can check me out over there. But yeah, that is it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Today's fun fact question comes from Patreon supporter Arlena, and Arlena wants to know, what natural weather phenomena do you find the most interesting and why? So I feel like I actually have a pretty boring answer to this because my answer is hail. And I know that everybody has probably seen or experienced hail in some form, at least on TV, but honestly, I find hail to be so fascinating. Like, it just blows my mind that it can be a bright, hot, summery day, and then all of a sudden you can have hailstones. Like, that's just crazy to me. And I just don't, I'm like not 100% sure on why something would be hail instead of snow. And I know I can look this up, and I actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I actually really want to look it up. But yeah, I just find that to be very fascinating. I think that's really interesting. I know there are a lot of really cool weather phenomena that happen, and it's always fun to, like, you know, see those kind of TV shows that go over those things. But I mean, honestly, weather in general is crazy. I don't know that I'd ever want to live somewhere where I don't experience all the seasons, is because I just find it to be so interesting. As you guys know, I am very much seasonal in terms of the nail polishes that I wear, and a lot of that has to do with the actual seasons outside because I almost mark my nails as like almost a calendar for me, like a shift of how the weather is. You can kind of see that reflected on my nails, which I think is like a really fun way to kind of experience my nail polish collection. And I also, I don't know, I just like love the different weather and stuff. I think it's very interesting. But yeah, hail is super fascinating, and I will be looking up more after I'm done filming this video. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!